Hello, everyone. This is Robert Hollis. I hope you're having a wonderful, blessed day, and so far, an incredible 22. Today's title is all about the numbers. All about the numbers. And so, what we'll do is we'll wait for people to get on here and say hello. And so, Facebook, if you're listening to me, and I know you are, make sure that you send this to all my followers. It would be awesome if this video could go out to all the whatever it is, 28,000 followers. There, send it out there, send it out there. Hello, my lovely wife. Hi, Craig. Hi, Mary. Really appreciate you being on here. And yeah, hi, Bill. Hi, Kai. How are you? Always from B-Town. I keep telling you, you got to move. You know what I mean? Craig, all about the numbers. Very cool. I'm going to go, hi, Nicholas. So I'm going to, Dustin, Ben. Hey, Ben, nice to always see you again. I'm so glad that we're connected again. So, Melody, love and appreciate you. So here it is. The title's all about the numbers. And again, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my personal story because believe it or not, I believe that my whole life was set up for this moment in time. Just set up for this moment in time. And let me explain to you why. It's like everything that I did when, as far as being a mechanic, and I don't know about everyone's job because I haven't done everyone's job, but it was always based on numbers. What I mean by that is, you needed to be there by 8 o'clock. It took X amount of time to get ready. It took X amount of time in traffic to get to your job. You get X amount of time for a break. Everything is measured with numbers. And here's an incredible phrase that I learned years ago before I got into marketing and being an entrepreneur. You know, when you're measuring a board, you know what I mean, to cut it, or you're cutting anything, why not measure twice and make a longer cut because you can't go backwards, right? So you can't make a shortcut and go in there and go, oh my God, the board doesn't fit. You don't get to add more to the board. And so you can't really change unless you know the numbers. So if you're focused on doing the numbers, if you notice everything about, motors, it has to do with horsepower. It has to do with torque. If you're dealing with races, it's all about how fast you covered a certain distance. Whether it's drag racing, and Brittany Force broke the world record at the Houston Speedway. I forget what it was. It was 336 miles an hour. Miles an hour. See, you're measuring how fast someone can do it in seconds, 3.3 seconds, but everything is measured in numbers. Let's go a little crazier. You're an artist, so you're a singer, and you get on the Billboard. It's based by how many streams. How many downloadable streams did you get? How many albums did you sell? How many people are listening to your information? Everything. Oh, you're an actor, right? What was the gross revenue of what it took in at the box office? If you understand that everything's about numbers. And so when everything's about numbers and what you can't, what you want to change, you got to measure. What you don't measure, you can't change. And so you guys have heard me over and over again, going back to the boxes. Maybe I'll make them nicer. But it really is all about the hours. So I don't want to scare you guys, but this is called Mastery. But there was a book that was written by Max Gladwell. I always like, I'm dyslexic, I get the thing, but it's called The Outliers. And in the book Outliers, it talks about mastery, whether it's the Beatles or Bill Gates in coding or Steve Jobs, all of these people, that they had this 10,000 hours, that they found that, if they spent 10,000 hours, getting the best that they could be at something, that turned into a mastery. And when we see a mastery, you look at athletes, it's batting average. You know what I mean? If you're looking at bowling, they actually count the number of pins that you knock down. We're going bowling for Terry's birthday tonight. And they measure the rotation of the ball. They measure how many boards it crosses and how many boards it comes back. Everything's numbers. And so what people do is they have a tendency of not understanding the business that I'm in. So let me explain this to you. So I'm an auto mechanic. And how I got paid a lot of money is they had a Chilton's manual, and the Chilton's manual is what an average customer could do a front brake job in. How long does it take to do a front brake job? So if I, as a mechanic, took me longer to do that average job, I only got paid what an average mechanic could do that job in. Are you guys getting this? But if you're good at mastering your job, and maybe this is sort of brutal to say to people, but if you really give a rip, if you really care whether or not you were good at something, that is it. Yeah, I just want to get better. I don't need to be like anybody else. I don't need to be in comparitis. I don't need to compete against people. Robert just has to be a better Robert. So anything that you're doing is like, can you continue to increase your numbers? Yes or no? If you can, in what ways can I make my life better? And I know that if I want my spirituality to get better, if I want anything, my marriage to get better, my relationship with my kids to get better, anything that I want to get better, I just have to equate it with the amount of time on a daily basis that I spend doing something. So when I heard right away, years ago, 35 years ago, I would hear people say, well, first thing I do in the morning is I have a morning ritual. And what I do is I get out of bed and I pray for 15 minutes. Wow, there's that time again. And they even tell you what time of day that they're doing it. There's a whole book. I don't do this, by the way. I'm never going to tell you something that I don't do. But there's this new thing out there. If you want to change your life, you get up at 5 in the morning. It's the 5 a.m. books. They're all over the place. And I'm going like, nah, I already work long enough where I can get up whenever I want to. So, I'm not doing the 5 a.m. thing, right? I do the 7:30 thing. That's when I get up. That's when I'm done sleeping. You know what I mean? So, but when I get up, I still meditate. And you'll talk to people and they'll say, well, I pray for 15 minutes and then I meditate for 20 minutes. Why? That's how long the meditation tape is. So I wanted to really get this out there and be passionate with you guys about numbers. Because when you're trying, don't try, do. When your goal is to get your income, and I'm going to really be talking this week over this. When your income is like, what do I need to do to make an extra $1,000 a month? What do I need to do to make it consistent $1,000 a month? With my Daily Choices comp plan, there's two thoughts. One is if I get 50% up front for people purchasing, called a jump start, and they did 90 in personal volume and became an executive, what's 50% of that 90 in volume? That's $45. Okay, well, hang on, let me get a computer. So if I need to make $1,000, and how many people here know that the comp plan pays out weekly? Weekly. So the volume that we do from Friday to Thursday gets paid out the following Thursday, right? And I was really blessed. I got a chance. Joss and Jenna gave me a call today. And, there's people now that are 1Ks in this business. That means out of all the people that they brought in, they did 1,000 in volume. And they're getting a bonus and they're also getting a maintenance. And the next thing they get is, this jump start. So there's people that are 1Ks that are going to see some of the largest checks that they've ever gotten in their entire career this Thursday. And it's all based on numbers. So let's go back. I need to make $1,000. So if I make 1,000 and I divide that, right? I need to make 1,000. So 2,000 points. So if I go 2,000 points, I go clear, I go 2,000. This is the way my brain works, by the way, So 2,000 in volume, and then I divide that by, 90 in personal volume. That's 22 customers. If I get excited about saving people money on their gas, and I'm also super, super excited about people making money by just using the product. Listen to this phrase. Hey, Mary. Hey, Jim. Hey, Monique. Craig, Ben, Eric, Ryan, Deanna, Tanis. I'm looking on here trying to, hopefully I don't miss anybody. Deanna again. Do you know of anybody? Do you know of anybody that would like to get paid to use our product? What? Yeah, our company actually pays people for using the product, and the product has a 60-day money-back guarantee. Okay, so if I went out there, got 22 people to look at the link, all the factual information is at the bottom, frequently asked questions. Also, there's a little button there that says technical information. And there's examples in there, you guys. If you haven't seen it, there's examples in there of companies saving over $2 million a year. So 50 years of science, 25 years of scientific testing. And I can get excited about doing that. I could go out and get 22 people to come in and try the product out, guaranteed to work and make an extra $1,000 next week. Oh my God, 22 people, Robert, that just sounds like way too much, you know, introducing to people and getting them excited and looking at it. You're just, come on. All right, well, how about an extra $1,000 a month? So we take 22 and we divide that by 4, right? 5.5. Can I just round it up and say 6? 6 customers a week. 6 customers a week to make an extra $250 a week. And I'm like, I don't know. There are just people out there that when I watch my mentor and he said, Robert, listen, there's a way to make money. You can go out there, buy product at a wholesale, and then sell it at retail. Do you guys know that I had to buy that up front? I had to buy the product up front. I had to collect the tax and the shipping on every individual sale. And now we live in a world where I'm going, listen, do you know anyone that would like to get paid for using our product? It guarantees you to save money on your gas. Check out this link. And I'm going to post my link here, but I want every one of you to listen very, very closely. The reason I'm posting it is I want you to take this link and put your username where Terry and I's last name is. Okay? It's going to say Hollis. Put your username there. All right? Oh my God. You know what it did? It automatically refilled with my name. I don't want to do that. All right, there we go. All right. So when you look at this link, listen, everyone, there's all the documentation of what a person needs is on the bottom of that page. There are frequently asked questions. There's a video on that page. There's now reviews on that page. Believe it or not, the reviews are being split up between just the foil pack, just the bottle, and then the executive pack. So there's reviews on all 3 of them. You could tell them to look at those reviews. Those are people that have documented success in using the product and making money by it, through savings. There's frequently asked questions, then there's technical information. So in the technical information is the white pages, it's called. And this is the testing where you get to see that a company saved over $2 million by using the product. I'm going to use third-party stories instead of my own personal story. Does that make sense to you guys? And so I understand this business very, very well. And it's the person that does the most numbers, the people that introduce the most people, the people that get the most people to watch the videos and go through the information. Eric, I don't use a QR code. Thanks for posting that, but that's too technical. That is not duplicatable. If you want to do it, great. But as soon as you do that, now you got to teach every person that goes, wow, I'd like to make money. Well, let me teach you how to get a QR code. Let me teach you how to get this special link. Let me teach you how to do this tree stuff. Let me teach you how to get a domain. Man, you guys, I want to talk to people that want to make this so simple, just like Albert Einstein said. If you can explain this to a kindergarten kid, a 5 and a 6-year-old, hey, Do you know anyone that would like to save money on their gas, get more gallons per tank? No, more miles per gallon, more miles per tank. Yeah, you need to talk to my dad. See, I could teach, don't get mad at me, I can teach a monkey to do that. So sorry, Eric, people change success paths and it pisses me off. So there, I said it. I am going to go on one more tangent. Okay, so I'd like to make money like you. Do I have to buy business cards? Oh, yes, you do. You got to get business cards, a QR code. You got to get a domain name. And then on top of that, what you got to do is you got to repaint your car, put a wrap on it. You need magnetic signs for the side of your car. You need some yard signs. Put those in your yard. And then you got to, paint up your back window. No, thank you. I don't want to do all that stuff. Oh, okay. Well, here's another thing that you could do. You could become an affiliate for free in this company, and you could create a free account like you did Amazon. Then they give you a special link that you can share with other people. And when they click on that link, they get all the information right there on the company site. They created the site for me. They did. They put all the information on the site. They put a video on the site, and they also track it and pay you every week. Let me get this right. I can sign up for free and then I get a link that I can share with other people. Yeah, on social media and everything. Oh my God. Is that all you do? I can do that. Ugh. All right. So, got that out of there. I'm done. Going back to numbers. So my personal story, and then I'm leaving you guys, is all I remember is Bill looking at me, and he got this in my head. I pray to God that this goes into your guys' head. He goes, Robert, what do you get paid an hour? Oh my God, I get paid like $17 an hour. And he goes, awesome. And he says, so how many hours do you gotta work to make X amount of money? And I knew exactly the amount of money I made. It's all numbers. So I knew how many hours I worked. I knew exactly what my gross pay is. Why do you think they call it gross pay? Gross pay, because it's gross. And then I got my check. How many people remember this when you were young? And you've seen taxes and Social Security and state tax and federal tax and workman's comp tax and everything tax. I'm going like, wait a minute. There's a large percentage of my check that's going out to other people. And they go, listen, Robert, it gets a little worse. No, I don't want to hear it. I'll just put in more hours. So I put in more hours in my check, and I'm going, all the old mechanics are standing around and they were laughing and they go, what's wrong? And I go, I didn't know if I put in overtime, the government got half of that money. Why in the hell should I work harder if a majority of my check's going to the government? So now I'm just going to figure out how to do just as little as possible to get paid. Now I'm starting to get this now, right? Then I get introduced to this business. And it said, Robert, sell a water filter, you buy it for $130, you sell it for $180, you get $50 in your pocket. Make sure to collect the freight and the tax because they taxed you and got freight from you. Okay. So then it was like, how many of these can we get? How many of these could I sell? And I love this. He said, if you could get down to selling one an hour, Robert, that's $50 an hour. And I got it. Ding, 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 ding. $17 an hour, $50 an hour. All of a sudden, I just went, wow, this makes sense. It wasn't that easy. So I'm out there, I'm making money, and I'm making money, but I'm not making a lot of money. Are you guys listening to me? And then all of a sudden they said, listen, do you know of anyone that wants to make money? I go, I do. I do. And he goes, watch this. And he opened up his briefcase. And at that time, we're talking late 80s, right? And at that time, he pulls out this printout. And it was all dot matrix. A lot of you young people won't know what I'm talking about. And great big giant printer. Printer was the size of my desk. Had to pay per page. And he pulls this list up. And he says, look it. And he pulled it out and he started walking down the middle of the room. And it was unfolding. And he walked all the way to the end of the room. And then he walks all the way back and he gets in the middle. And he lifts it up and he says, let me look here. Wow, Melody Ryba. I don't know who Melody Ryba is. Again, this is an example. And he goes, wow, I see she lives in LA here, and she bought 90 in PV. And the company paid me a small percentage of that. And he did another name, and he did another name, and he did another name. And he said, how many of you get, listen closely, how many do you guys understand that Terry and I right now get paid on tens of thousands of people every single month? And he said to me, Robert, you're either responsible for your income or you could have thousands of people responsible for your income. If you would focus on finding people that need to make extra money. Some of them will just buy the product and save money. Some people will just buy the product and feel better. But if you keep getting thousands of them and thousands of them and thousands of them, you're going to get leverage and residual. And I promise you, Robert, when you get this, when you understand this and teach other people this, you'll never work for anybody for the rest of your life. And he was right. Over 35 years ago, I made the decision to each and every day go out and share with other people that they can supplement their income, that they can get a paycheck by next Thursday by following little simple things that they can do to share this business with other people that need to currently make extra money during inflation, lower their cost on gas, feel better, look better. It's just amazing. And so that's what I've been doing my whole life. It's all about numbers. If I want to increase my income, I just need to find more people that need to make money. Or find people that want to make money by using our product through savings. So keep it simple. Keep it simple. I love and appreciate you. When people say to you, oh my God, is that all I do? I can do that. That's when you know you got it down. Right? So love and appreciate you. Please share this video with all the people that are complicating it, which means about 99% of the people that will ever watch this video live or recorded. You got to get this part in your head. If you get this part in your head, you can go out and replace the money that you're losing from inflation and the rise of everything's cost. You can replace it in the next 2 weeks. But you got to keep it simple. You got to be willing to do the numbers. You don't talk to two people and two people do nothing and then you quit. My mentor was smart. He said, Robert, I guarantee you, if you get 2,000 people in this system, if you got 2,000 people to create a free account, you don't have to worry about money anymore. Okay. So Robert, do you want to do that never? Do you want to do that in the next 5 years? Do you want to do it in the next 2 years? See, people are really, really messing up this industry and it's making me mad. Melody and Ben and Nicholas and Craig, all the people that have been around me know when I get on these tangents that I'm mad because people make this business so complicated that people say no to it. And what you did by making it complicated is you stole this business away from them. And this business could have changed their lives. But you made it so freaking complicated with so many freaking steps that the person said, no, I'm not a salesperson. I don't have the money to do that. Please, please keep it simple. Please keep it simple. So I love and appreciate you. I believe in you. I know you can do this. And if no one's giving you permission to succeed in life, let me be the first. Take care. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.